Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. Gamers who owned a NES are probably familiar with the Konami code. This is most likely due to Contra, in which it would grant you 30 extra lives. While you could certainly become good enough at the game not to need this boost, it was always appreciated, and made the gaming classic that little bit more accessible. Now we have Contra Evolution. Punchbox Studios has taken this seminal side-scroller and not only given it a fresh coat of paint, but adapted it to iOS devices. We now have new controls and the inclusion of in-app purchases. Adapting a run-and-gun platformer that relies on dodging and firing in all directions is a tricky prospect. It's clear the developers have realized this too. For starters, shooting is automatic. Your weapon will unleash a constant barrage of bullets, leaving only movement controls and the direction of fire in your hands. You can either use an analog stick or the traditional D-pad. While the controls are pretty responsive, we found it tricky shooting upwards, ducking, and shooting at an angle. Also, since your thumb is covering a section of the screen, it can obscure incoming fire and lead to unnecessary deaths. To counteract these hindrances, there are some additional perks. New weapon types are available, and the IAPs can give you access to a random weapon at any time, or a screen-obliterating nuke. A couple of levels in, you get access to the shop, from which you can directly purchase weapons. Unfortunately, coins and diamonds are fairly scarce outside your initial supply. You can tackle the game in arcade mode or play each mission in mission mode for practice. While the presentation has been upgraded, and for the most part is pretty good, it's the sound design that's a mixed bag. The remixes of Contra's amazing music are worthy of praise, but the lack of sound effects for shooting turrets or depleting shields is a bit of a shame. The classic enemy attack patterns and the number of hits required to destroy your foes have been altered as well. It's these little things that can make the experience feel a bit off to Contra veterans. But despite all these issues, Contra Evolution is still easy to recommend. While longtime fans will find it takes some getting used to, the fluidity of gameplay provided by those original stages has not been altered. The only thing we need now is an iPhone-friendly version of the code. Your move, Konami. This has been James with AppSpy.com. We review, you decide.